All right, you guys. So we're out in the R66 today, and this is actually my second time trying this, but I want to show you guys something that's really cool. We're just testing out the Genesys HeliSAS Autopilot for the R66. And forgive me if I'm a little bit new at this, but we're just testing this out. I wanted to give you guys a little informal review of this. Very, very cool stuff. So I'm just going to show you on the panel here. We're flying out right now at 1,800 feet. And so what I'm going to do, I'm going to get us leveled out. I'm going to turn this on. So you just press the SAS, the SAS button there. And then I just want to give heading control there. So I'm going to let it control heading. Now we've got a bug here. I'm going to fight it now. I'm going to set my bug to level out. And then I'm also going to hit the altitude button. You can see that lights up there as well. And so I'm actually going to go hands off now. So check this out. I'm flying hands off at the moment. This is crazy. I've never flown a helicopter hands off like this before. And so what it's doing now, if we look up here, we've got this little bug right here, this little square, and that's where the helicopter is going to fly. And I can actually adjust that bug. So if I turn this off to the right, let's say, the helicopter is actually going to go into a bank. If you look outside right now, you can see the helicopter is in a slight bank. And now when it gets to that heading, it's going to start leveling out. You can see these two arrows are lined up here, and the helicopter's leveled back out again. And because I pressed the altitude button, the green altitude button, it's actually holding the altitude that I set it at. So that's really cool. Then another thing, I'm going to turn this to the right. So I'm going to change my bug here, and you can see we're in a nice stable bank to the right. I still haven't touched the controls once yet, you guys, which is pretty amazing. It's holding the altitude nice and steady. I'm going to keep banking over to the right here. I'm going to get, let's pick up a heading of 120 degrees. So I've put my heading bug over to 120 degrees. Still haven't touched the controls once yet. This is amazing. So now we're heading pretty much towards Mount Baker off in the distance. You can see we've turned to 120 degrees. And you guys see this line right here? I've actually plugged in the GPS, Chilliwack Airport. So this pink line is going over to Chilliwack. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to turn the heading bug off, and then I'm going to go to the nav bug. And so the nav bug is actually going to pick up Chilliwack Airport, and the helicopter is going to start turning and banking over towards Chilliwack Airport. So it's actually going to go and intercept this radial right here. And you can see right now it's in a slight bank to the left. And so it knows that I'm a little bit away from this radial right now. And so it's going to start intercepting it. It's going to start a left-hand turn pretty soon here, and it's going to start flying directly towards it. So I've got my hands free. I've got a little bit of time to adjust my my frequency. So I'm going to flip over to the Chilliwack frequency right now, 122.7. And up until now, guys, I still have not touched the controls once. So I'm just going to get my, I don't know, for some reason it didn't grab that frequency. There is Chilliwack frequency there. And let's do a radio call. Chilliwack traffic, it's helicopter Robinson R66. Golf Zulu Bravo Bravo. We're currently at 1,900 feet, and we're about 3 miles to the west of Chilliwack. We're inbound for a touch and go. Okay, guys. So still haven't touched the controls other than that radio call. We're in a nice left bank right now. And as you can see, if we look in here, the helicopter has now intercepted this radial, the pink radial, and it's going to fly us directly for Chilliwack. So just really, really cool with that. Something else that's cool. So we've got that. We're tracking inbound for Chilliwack right now. So what I can do here, if I grab the controls, I can get the helicopter into a bank. So I can very easily fight over the autopilot. It's I just feel a little bit of stiffness in the controls. So as you can see, I've got a nice bank going right now, and I'm just going to hit this white trim button. So I just hit that once, and when I hit that, it trims the helicopter out. So if we were in, no, must have not hit it hard enough there. Let's try this again. So we're in a bank. I hit that. There we go. So now what it's doing is it's basically just stabilizing the helicopter. If I let go of it, it's going to stabilize the helicopter. So if I flew into cloud accidentally, it should stabilize it out for me. Huh. I think it's trying to pick up the Chilliwack heading still.
Yeah.
That's because I've got the heading or the nav bug on. Okay, let's turn the nav bug off. Let's try this again. Still learning here, guys. So now we're in a nice bank. I'm going to hit that trim button, and it's supposed to just hold that same heading. There it goes. Perfect. So now it's just holding that same bank. So it's basically stabilizing the helicopter in whatever state of flight that it's in. So then I have time to look here. I could bring the helicopter back to level. So there it is, back to level. I'm going to hit trim again, and then it's going to go back to level. And if I dialed in, let's say I had time now to dial in Chilliwack, now I can turn on that nav bug again, and the helicopter is going to bank over for me. There we go. And it's heading towards Chilliwack. I'm just going to do a quick radio call. Chilliwack traffic, helicopter Robinson R66. Zulu Bravo Bravo is just over top of Chilliwack Mountain. We're at 2,000 feet, and we're going to do an overfly of Chilliwack Airport. All right, hands off, guys. So this has been a very basic review. I'm still learning it myself, but a very basic review of the HeliSAS Autopilot that the R66 has by Genesys, and this is all done through Garmin. So hope you guys enjoyed this. If you did, give it a thumbs up as always, and subscribe if you haven't. Until next time, we'll talk to you guys later.